Before coming to India, I had one solo show in Russia. So just one show. And when I came to India, my work as an artist started. What can I say? So time passed and I met Dr. Chakrabarty. Russia is a great place, is a very big place. And there is a city that is in between Moscow and St. Petersburg. It's called Tver. So the city of Tver gave birth to a very prominent man, prominent, adventurous, merchant by profession, a great traveler at heart. He was among the first Europeans that came to India. He wrote a book which is called A Journey Beyond the Three Seas. So what happened to me was I passed by his monument. It's there many times. And there was something. Maybe he winked at me. Maybe he was trying to convey a message.
Thank you for coming here, and your precious time is thank you, ma'am. एक बार जोरदार तालियों के साथ सो स्कूल के बच्चे क्योंकि बहुत कम समय के लिए हैं तो हम लोग शुरू करते हैं, है ना?
Hello. I'm very happy to be here. Those who participated in this show, I need to congratulate you. I'm very impressed by the number of works, by your happy searching spirit, by the quality of works. And you know, some days from now, when you become famous, renowned artists, and you are invited to talk in front of a similar audience, I believe you will be saying the same things. When artists grow in their skills, they become a little rigid, I would say. They use a lot of cliches, even if those cliches are beautiful. Looking at new works, at the works of young people, gives a lot of inspiration. And I'm very grateful I'm here. I'm very happy I could see so many excellent works. Hopefully for you, becoming famous and renowned would happen soon. Maybe 30, 40 years from now, you'll be there. You'll achieve a lot and will be very well settled in your career. This is my wish to you. Now, next thing I want to say is I come from Russia. Russia is a great place, is a very big place. And there is a city that is in between Moscow and St. Petersburg. It's called Tver. So the city of Tver gave birth to a very prominent man, prominent, adventurous, the merchant by profession, and a great traveler at heart. His name was Afanasy Nikitin. So this man, from the same city where I lived, he went to India. He was among the first Europeans that came to India. He wrote a book which is called A Journey Beyond the Three Seas. Caspian, Arabian, and Black Seas. He crossed the three seas, and his way to India was not easy, but very interesting. So what happened to me was I passed by his monument. It's there many times. And there was something. Maybe he winked at me. Maybe he was trying to convey a message. I would look back. There was nothing. He was looking in front with a straight face. But definitely there was something. So time passed and I met Dr. Chakrabarty, who made me repeat the way of Afanasy Nikitin. I came to India. There were no 3 seas involved, just one flight, Moscow to Delhi. That is how my journey started. By profession, I'm a teacher. My first profession, my first education is that of a teacher. English literature, presentation skills, some other topics. But before coming to India, I had one solo show in Russia. I was always fond of painting, so just one show. And when I came to India, my work as an artist started. What can I say? I think I need to share with you some of my impressions of India. I was very struck by the colors Indian ladies use in their saris, in the scarves. This Indian faces, Indian grace. All this made me think in different terms, understand beauty differently, understand that beauty is not what I thought. It's something so good, so flexible, sometimes visible, sometimes not visible. It was wonderful. Then I came across of tribal art, and there I understood that there are different kinds of tribal art. Well, so far so good. But then, if you take any tribal art as such, you take Worli, you take Gond art, there will be so many divisions and subdivisions that you can get drowned in the variety that Indian, I would say, market of tribal art offers. And it's there everywhere. Whatever you see, wherever you go, there will be such a variety. There will be no end of samples, no end of things that you can choose, you can admire, you can copy, and so on and so forth. These are briefly my impressions of India and Indian culture. Of course, Russian culture is a big contribution to the world culture. So is Indian culture. But these two, they do not compete, they complement each other. And both presented the world with a great body of work, with a great body of art. And I think one lifetime is not enough to see all of it, to explore all of it. It's a never-ending process. Now, today, I want to talk to you. I want to mention 5 important things. 5 important things that are very meaningful to me. And let's see if you remember all 5 of them. At the end, I'll ask you a question. How many will you remember? And those who remember all 5 of them, what can I say? You'll become great achievers in life. At least this is what I wish for you, for all of you. I want to tell you about my paintings a little bit. Once I was sitting at the table, at the desk, and looking at my paints. At that time, I was just very gently making my way to the world of art. Very cautiously, I was testing the waters. And to my luck, there were 4 paints in front of me. One was vermilion red, chrome yellow, Prussian blue, and white. So I said to myself, can I do anything with these colors, with just these 4 colors? And I started working. little by little, a picture, one picture, another picture, third picture, they started coming up. When I used only these 4 colors. So I said to myself, not bad, really, not bad. Okay. What conclusion did I make? That there is a saying, necessity or a lack of something is the mother of invention. This is how, because I had just these 4 colors in front of me, 4 jars of colors, made me invent my own style. So indeed, the lack of something is the mother of invention. Why? This is my first point. Why it is important? I give you an example of a crow and a pitcher. There was a crow who found a pitcher, a tall pitcher, and there was some water at the bottom, and the crow couldn't reach the water with its beak. So what did it do? It didn't give up. It brought, anybody knows, by the way, pebbles. Yeah, the water came, the level of water came up to the pitcher so that the crow could drink the water. Necessity is the mother of invention. It keeps your mind active. And when our mind is active, we can invent, we can think of interesting things, we can be original. So actually, we should not complain, but be grateful to the Lord, I don't know, to our guardian angel, that sometimes we face such situations where there is a lack of something. So, means we should be inventive. This is my first point. Necessity is the mother of invention, and please remember. Second point, there is a writer whose name, South American writer, whose name is Paulo Coelho. So Paulo Coelho, in one of his books that became very famous, Alchemist, he talks about beginner's luck. Something that I also faced. What is it, this beginner's luck? Suppose you are an artist. Where is Pooja? She has her first show. The show is so good, so successful. She believes, yes, I found myself. I will be doing shows after shows, one better than the other. She's convinced. What happens in real life? She might have another good show, another, and then somehow this the beginner's luck, goes away. It hides somewhere. It's not there. The period is called testing. You are being tested. The forces that are above you want to see. First, they showed you that you are an artist, you are good enough to become an artist, you have the potential, but are you strong enough? Are you ready to persevere? Are you ready to be devoted to your art? Are you strong enough? Are you convinced that your choice is right? So this testing might go on for a long time. Be prepared and do not complain. It's a very necessary and important part of your career because it's all about building your character. If your hands are not strong and a big chunk of luck is given to you, you won't be able to hold it. Only when you develop good muscles, when you are prepared, when you are ready, and it doesn't happen in one day, then everyone will know that this person is a real artist. He went through trials. She went through a lot of trials. She is deserving of what she is having now. Actually, this is a big topic. I can give you a long lecture on it, and I hope you understand what I mean, what I am talking about. Do not give up. Whatever trials you are going through, they will be for your favor, always. This is my second point. Third point, what do I want to say? Well, it's a little easier, my third point. Art is good. Art is great. It is one of the reasons why it is so great, because you can apply it. You can apply it in so many spheres of your daily routine, of your life. I do it. I do it for myself, and it's a great fun. You can see my t-shirt. It's one of my paintings. You can do the same with the dishes that you have at home. Usually people, exactly. I use it for a book cover and for the t-shirt. Usually what people do, they ask to make cups with a picture of the painting. But you can buy a set of cups. You can make a set of dishes and put your paintings. You can take any article of your dress. You can make it look very smart. If you're a boy, you don't have to do it, but you can do it for your girlfriend, sister, mother, anybody else. I call it a personal touch. If you live in a house, you should decorate it. People should know, oh, wow, an artist lives here. Look, we were discussing with Rajneesh, we were talking about Lodi Colony. Have you seen what people did with the houses? They painted them so beautifully. I feel like being there, walking there, admiring, getting good ideas. And sometimes I ask myself, I live in Delhi. If I were given a chance to decorate this city, what would I do? I think it would be good for you to ask this question, because time will come. Your word will start meaning a lot, and you'll form an NGO that will go and paint, I don't know, pavements, houses, anything else. So this is my third point. If you are an artist, you should do something that differs the way you look from other people. That also develops your creativity, that sharpens your mind, that makes us better people. Because artists, they understand beauty. They understand harmony. If you ask me, why do we need it at all? Utility is the answer to everything. If a cup of tea holds water, holds coffee, that's good enough. But actually, if you lay the table beautifully, if you make dishes look beautiful, it makes a lot of difference, because we eat first with our minds. We feed our emotions. Then comes the stomach. The food goes into blood and helps us to function. But it all starts with our mind. So this is the third point that I want to make. The fourth point is, you will become big people, all of you. You will grow up, and while doing so, you need to find your own niche. You need to find your own niche where you are comfortable, where you excel. I'll tell you about myself. I was looking for a niche for myself. I did some book covers. That was great fun. I did some illustrations. It was so funny. I did these illustrations for Kata Publishing House. It's a big NGO. So there was a worm that traveled in space and stuff, who met many children and animals on its way. And there was a pig among the animals. So I made some sketches of this pig, and they tell me, well, that's a nice pig, but it doesn't have any personality. So I had to work on a pig that has a personality. I made a lot of sketches, and I think the last one was with the pig that carried a lot of personality in it. So that was great fun, but it's a separate story. I thought maybe this is my niche, because illustrating books is interesting. You can say that you are becoming the second author because you are bringing the what is written in the tale, show it in images. Then I said, maybe I just make book covers. And after that, it occurred to me that I myself also write stories. I'm very fond of writing stories. So what I did is I took some covers, if we could go. I took some paintings of mine and I used them for book covers. The books were usually a collection of stories. One book I wrote, this one. This is called Poems in Prose, small bits that carry a nice message. And I saw that at the presentation, I saw that people were very favorably looking at these stories. They loved reading it out loud. They enjoyed the stories. So I said to myself, it could be, if not a niche for myself, it could be one of my niches. Illustrations. This is the book of Russian fairy tales that I illustrated. Also gave me a lot of pleasure. This is my first book, published by Rupa, a publishing house. There were some unusual stories. I call them fairy tales for grown-ups. There was, if you are interested in brief, there was a man, a pianist, who played the piano so well that the tree next to his house started moving its branches. And then this tree grew big branches that acted like wings. And these wings, people that gathered around this tree, they hope that one day the tree will start flying. But the story has not a very happy ending because the wings were, at the end of it all, chopped by the mayor, who thought this wonder, this miracle could be a threat to his popularity. Anyway, you have to read to make your own conclusion, to make your own analysis. I'll tell you, there is a story in this book. There is a story about a topsy-turvy country. It's a country where people do everything the other way around. They walk backwards. They start building houses from the top, not from the bottom. And if you come to visit them and say that you're cold, you're feeling cold, they will put on the AC and stuff like that. So in the same country, people, small people, children, take care of grown-ups. And my story was about a four-year-old boy who took care of his parents, grown-up parents. How the parents were nice, he loved them, but they were sometimes very naughty. So he had to overlook many things. And at the end of this story, there is a question. He took a great care of them. There is a question. In his place, would you be able to take care of your parents in his situation? And stuff like that. So I believe writing and painting is, in my case, it's all about books so far. I had big exhibitions. I had one of the biggest exhibition on the year of friendship of India and Russia. It was in Russia, in the city of Tver, where I come from. And people were delighted when we brought in the lamp. There is a medical academy where a lot of Indian students study. So they had this lamp. We brought the lamp to inaugurate the show. For them, it was something new. We brought some people who knew how to make mehendi. So people gladly gave their hands for mehendi to put on their hands. Because for them it was such a new, unusual experience. We put tikkas on their foreheads. What else did we do? There were Indian students with an Indian dance and an Indian song. and my exhibition. So that was something really unforgettable. I had some exhibitions in India, in Russian Cultural Center. One of them was called "When India Meets Russia." It's good. It's good when cultures find common points. When I say it again, when there is no competition, but when these common points serve for friendship, for learning, for recognizing each other's contribution in the world art. Last, I think it will be the last point. There are people, there will always be people, no matter how good you do your work, who will do this work better than you. So my question is, what is your reaction? What is your right reaction when a friend of yours or a colleague or some other artist does a better job? Do you become jealous? Do you throw away your work? What is your reaction? Many people do not know how to behave in such a situation. But I think I can give you a bit of a good advice. You take the work who you think is better than you, and you copy it. Copying is a good exercise. Copying is like learning. It helps a lot. Then you ask yourself, what is my unique selling point? You need to find your own ability to do something better than anybody else. We all are masterpieces of our Creator. We all are. But some people do not realize it. Please give it a good thought. And thinking like this, try and find something in you that could be very original, that other people won't be able to do. Then you won't have to be jealous. Then other people will look at you and say, wow, you are doing such a great job. Where did you learn? How did you learn? How did it happen? Have a little bit more confidence. Believe in yourself and keep on looking, keep on searching for something that is hidden in you. There is a saying that God gave me a treasure. It hid this treasure inside me, and I am the only person who has the key to it. So look for this key, unlock your treasure, and you will be unique, famous, renowned. You will do very well. you.